What it is, what it do, YouTube. Now, today, people, I have a response video to a post that I saw on Facebook, and it's in the thumbnail. So if you see the thumbnail, then you already know what the post was about. But it says, who was/is the better child, Naruto or Boruto? And I did not think this was going to be a debate as heavily as it was, but it was. And well, in its defense, it was a very straightforward question, but in the comment section, someone stated, who has it worse, Naruto or Boruto? So I think that elongated the question and elongated the debate. But nonetheless, the better child is clearly Naruto. But surprisingly enough, I saw a lot of people who were saying Boruto is the better child. Just child, before Shippuden, before Naruto Shippuden, just him as a child. People were really saying that Boruto is a better child than Naruto. And that is only apparent from a combat and an educational standpoint. But that's not all that goes into making a character. I was absolutely floored with how many people were like trying to say that Boruto as a child, Boruto as a series, him as a child was better than Naruto as a child and in his respective series in its entirety. And I was really trying to grasp what people were talking about. So in the comment section, I was just reading, I was responding, of course, but I was reading. The people who were talking about Boruto were little kids. There's no way around it. And if you had, then you didn't see Naruto, because Naruto is a much better character. He's much more developed. He was much more flushed out than Boruto. He was less annoying than Boruto, and he was less of a brat. Boruto is bratty as hell, okay? And whereas Naruto, we knew Naruto was a brat because he was hated by the village. He was parentless. His parents had died, both of them. He didn't know them. Nobody would tell him anything about his past. So all he knew was people hated him, and he never knew why they hated him. He never knew why he was discriminated against, why he was ostracized. He never knew any of that information. So when Naruto was a brat, it made complete sense why he was a brat, why he was acting out for attention, why he was doing the things that he did. When Boruto acts out as a brat, it's kind of like you're being a brat just to say that you are a brat. Boruto really doesn't have a reason to act out how he acts out. He gets attention, he has a mother, he has a sister, he has friends, he has all of that. The village loves him. So why does he do the things that he do? The second half of this post focused more so on the comment that steered it in a different direction, in which it stated, who has it worse, Naruto or Boruto? And again, like, the comments just flooded in, Boruto, Boruto, Boruto. I'm like, are we watching the same anime? Like, we can't be watching the same anime, because Boruto's life is cakewalk compared to Naruto's. I'm not even about to discuss Boruto's life. I'm just about to go over Naruto's life and how he lived. Like, his life was terrible as a child. Absolutely terrible. Like, let's just go over, I'm not even going to talk about Shippuden. I'm not even going to get into Naruto Shippuden. I'm just going to stick on the first season of Naruto. So let's just go over this, right? And I've already stated some of the things. The entire village hated him. He lived in government housing, because that's where he was living. Kishimoto's never stated it, but he was in government housing. Like, the third Hokage would just come by, drop his money off for the month, and then just tell him to, don't spend it all in one place, kid, and then he'd leave, and he was just left to his own devices. Like, he literally raised himself. After a certain point in his life where he was raised by the Anbu and the third Hokage, he was just left on his own to raise himself, to fend from himself. And even from the early years when we saw him, like, I guess around 7 or 8 years old, when he was in the academy, he was on his own. When Kakashi went to his house, when he knew that he was about to be on Team 7, when Kakashi went to his house, he was drinking spoiled milk. He was not living a good life at all, right? He had no friends for like 12 years of his life, between the village hating him for reasons he did not know. Everybody else knew. He was the only person who did not know why they hated him. He had no friends because the villagers knew that he had the nine-tailed sealed inside of him. They didn't want they didn't want their kids playing with Naruto, so they took their kids away whenever they would see them with Naruto. And because of that, they just ended up staying away from him. So he had no friends, and the entire village hated him, and he lived in government housing as a child. Both of his parents are dead. Hunted by the Akatsuki. I mean, you're not safe anywhere you go. He was hunted by the Akatsuki, even inside the village. Itachi and Kizame managed to get inside the village in order to try to hunt him. Then they tried to hunt him outside the village, and then that just extended into Naruto Shippuden. So there's that as well. He has no comfort in being wherever he stays because he knows there will always be a target on his head, at least at that point. He lost his best friend to evil. Now, oh my goodness. Don't get this confused with the whole Boruto Mitsuki rehash of Naruto and Sasuke retrieval arc, because Mitsuki left on his, well, Sasuke left on his own too, but like Mitsuki just left just to leave. He's trying to find himself, but Sasuke left for just power in order to kill Itachi, and he wanted to cut those ties with Naruto, but he lost his best friend Eve, and it's just more impactful than Boruto and Mitsuki. I mean, there's no other way around it. Naruto Sasuke is more impactful than Boruto and Mitsuki. You felt more emotion when Sasuke left and when Naruto had to track him down and fight him for the first time in the Valley of the Ends. Keep in mind that all of this happened before Shippuden even started. He had to raise himself, people. Naruto had it 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times worse than Boruto. Boruto, both parents that love him, a sister, he has friends, he earns top grades in his entire class. He's a brat, and he's a cheater. Like, I don't like him. And that's really one of the major reasons why people dislike Boruto, because he's spoiled for no reason. Well, no, he's spoiled for a reason, but he's a brat for no reason. And it's like, yo, you're trying to come up from underneath daddy's shadow, and that's probably why you're training with the only other person that could possibly beat him for whatever reason. So, look, that's all I have for this video today, people. If you liked it, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. In the comment section, who had it worse, Boruto or Naruto? And please explain why, because I will be reading the comments, and I definitely want you to try to argue if you believe that Boruto is the better character. So, like always, keep it safe, wrap it tight. I'm out.